Katie, thank you for doing this. Again, we have the greatest viewers in the world to allow us to use them kind of as our little lab creatures here, quite frankly, so we can all learn. But what are we going to be doing here?
So this is the newest generation of cellulite treatments. It's the BodyFX. So what this does is it smooths the cellulite. Results last up to 6 months, sometimes longer, and it also reduces fat, so it shrinks the fat, and it tightens up the skin. Studies show that you lose about an inch the circumference of your thigh on each side after about the 6 weeks, and once again, it also tightens up. So who doesn't want to be smaller, smoother, and tighter? Smaller, smoother, and tighter? All right. So you're going to feel. So
we will not see results today with this, unfortunately.
No, because you need to do multiple treatments.
But Katie can confirm, is it painless?
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on your skin here, Katie, okay? And you're going to feel a little suction. Kind of tickles a little bit.
So what is that doing?
So what it does basically is it has a vacuum in it, and the vacuum helps to suck up the skin, and that helps to stretch out those connective tissue fibers that create the dimpling.
Right.
But it also has radio frequency, and radio frequency actually creates heat in the deep skin to tighten it up, so that's where you get the tightening.
Right.
And it actually affects and damages the underlying fat cells. It causes the fat cells to open up and regurgitate their fatty contents to actually shrink the fat cells down. And the studies do show you lose inches from it, you tighten up, and the cellulite's better.
I think that's the big one for me, is that you actually lose circumference.
Yep.
The fat goes away.
Yep.
Katie, was that literally painless?
Yes, it was. I didn't feel anything.
Isn't
it's a little tingling.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes, it's wonderful.
Oh my God. Will you finish your leg later?
Yeah, we can take
both of them?
Later.
Please?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I got you all hooked up there, Katie.
Now, talk to us about this machine.
This machine is a combination treatment for fat reduction, skin tightening, and cellulite reduction.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's a wonderful machine. And
can I take it home with me?
Of course. We rent it out by the day, Glenn. Not a problem.
So what does this do? Okay,
so this is a radio frequency handpiece, and the energy is transmitted between these two electrodes, basically, you can think of it. And it actually sucks up the skin, and then it heats up the tissue, and then when it reaches a target temperature, it sends out a pulse, which actually destroys fat cells. It kills the fat cells permanently.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is almost brand new in Canada.
Is this through working out, or you have a great body? So
thank you. Yeah. Thank you. No, I've been pretty lazy lately, so
this is your magic weapon.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is my new best friend.
So we use this both for cellulite. We are going to be looking at it for stretch marks as well, because Linda still does have some stretch marks from 2 children. And this is fantastic for mummy tummy, where you get that loose skin after pregnancy. You get the little bit of fat that's still there, and that little hang that just goes over the pants that drives women crazy, and they don't want to go for a tummy tuck.
Okay,
so
it's a very
simple procedure.
All right, imagine if you could erase your cellulite with just the wave of a wand.
I'm imagining. That's what a new FDA-approved treatment promises to do in tonight's cover story. KITV's Dita Payton introduces us to an Austin woman who says it isn't magic, but it can target those troubled areas that her workout just can't reach.
There are certain parts of your body that I don't care what you do, especially genetically, if you have it, you're going to have cellulite.
Billy Sudbrack works out 6 days a week, but still sees small ripples of fat on her hips and thighs.
And I think as a woman, I focus on those areas.
So Billy turned to Dr. Jennifer Walden, a plastic surgeon in Austin, but told her she did not want to go under the knife.
Non-invasive fat reduction and skin tightening technology is really a boom right now.
Dr. Walden introduced her to a new FDA-approved treatment called BodyFX.
This should be a permanent change for you.
So far, Billy has had 6 of her 8 treatments and says it's sayonara cellulite.
Happy dance. You know, we women have hips and thighs that do this, and then to see it change up into that, it's an incredible feeling.
Our Plastics Week has explored the lengths people go to look like the stars.
While we don't endorse any of these procedures, tonight Toronto surgeon Dr. Mulholland lets us in on a little secret. Women aren't the only ones seeking enhancements.
Warning, some of the footage is graphic.
So first up, to obtain that certain situation, Dr. Mulholland demonstrates a new non-invasive fat zapping technique.
And this is one of the many systems that we use to melt fat. This device delivers radio frequency energy and it heats up the fat.
So how many procedures would you need?
It depends on the technology, but generally you need a number of procedures, between 4 and 8 procedures. And over 6 to 8 weeks, we can melt 2 or 3 inches off a man's abdominal contour.
La celulitis es el enemigo número 1 de casi todas nosotras las mujeres. Y aunque ya existen muchos procedimientos en el mercado, la FDA acaba de aprobar uno que promete resultados asombrosos. La pesadilla podría quedar en el olvido para las tantas personas que sufren de celulitis y grasa acumulada que no logran eliminarla con dietas ni ejercicios. Todo gracias a BodyFX.
Es la alternativa a otras máquinas que existen en el mercado que matan la grasa con el frío. Esta tecnología utiliza el calor y es bastante efectiva y duradera.